Alright, so we covered this several months back and posed a question. Trump or Hillary? Who's better for the real estate industry? Now, it was fun, it was lighthearted, and the show continues to get shared and talked about it, and wouldn't you know it, other media outlets are jumping on board. And you know what? I can't blame them. It's a great question. Even if you don't make a living in this industry, it's a great question because the housing industry as a whole kind of dictates or reflects the current state of the country. It's that big and impactful. So yeah, very pertinent question, and others seem to agree. Trulia jumped on the bandwagon. Take a look. Now, before we get into it, my buddy Frank made a great point last time. Our vote shouldn't solely be based off of this question. Very, very, very true. There are several other factors that should be weighed. Now, that being said, housing plays a major role in my professional and personal life, so I don't know about you, but I am weighing this question heavily, not solely, but heavily. Now, oddly enough, Trump comes out the winner on this Trulia post. I say oddly enough because typically Trump gets slayed in the media. Now, I quote, Trump has a 10-point lead on Clinton when Americans are asked about which candidate will spur higher home prices. Americans appear to have more faith in Trump when asked what would likely happen to home prices if either Trump or Clinton were elected. 39% of Americans said prices would rise a little bit or a lot if Trump was elected, compared to only 29% for Clinton, according to a survey that was conducted online by Harris Poll on behalf of Trulia. Even more surprising, 47% of Democrats said housing prices would likely rise under Trump, and only 24% of Democrats said the same about Hillary. Now that's really odd to me. Independents were also more likely, 34% to 28%, to foresee rising housing prices under Trump than Clinton. Millennials and young voters aged 18 to 34 were more likely to believe housing prices would rise under Trump versus Clinton by a margin of 49% to 26%. Now that's all really surprising me because I'm not for or against either one of them. I'm personally not a fan of either, and I'm sad that these are our only two options out of 318 million people that live in America. Really? We only have two options? But I digress. Back to the topic at hand. They actually posted a lot of interesting stats and interactive graphs. We'll post a link down below so you guys can take a look. Now, beside home prices, I am personally very interested in housing reform. Both sides seem to have very different takes on this, and if you're in the industry, you know better than anybody that we truly need housing reform. Not just for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac either, but the entire industry, and I will get on my soapbox for this. Our industry has to evolve. We use antiquated software built in the 80s. We can't get a simple appraisal completed in a timely manner. We're still implementing harsh regulations for an event that took place over 8 years ago. We have a process that takes entirely too long. We sign the same document 16 different times, and we collect data from consumers like we're the freaking Flintstones. Heck, that's why Rocket Mortgage got so much press this year. Finally, someone stood up and said enough. There has to be a better, faster way. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Good for you, Quicken and Dan Gilbert and Rocket Mortgage. Say what you want about them, but at least they are pushing the envelope and pushing us all to grow and evolve. We need more of that. We need true housing reform from the top down, and we need advocacy groups to be pushing that for all of us. We need a Congress and a president that will help us do just that so we can serve the public in a better, faster, stronger way. Okay, fine. I'm off my soapbox. Whew. What say you guys about all this? Keep it clean in the chat log below, and we will see you guys next week. Dude, how is it that we only have two real major parties here? I mean, seriously, we have 300 million different Americans. All of them have different points of view. It just seems like we would have like several options, and we have two. I mean, America's like this huge, freaking diverse melting pot, and we have just two people. It all gets narrowed down to two people. It just is crazy to me.
I don't know what's up, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.